fact, let me ask that question. I'm willing to be wrong. Is music language or simply linguistic?
Music is language.
Merely
that,
using
okay,
Lewis's.
Music is language that describes a relationship.
That doesn't mean anything. That is A, false, and B, meaningless.
How? How? Tell me
because
how.
I'm a dismissive ass.
Yeah, I know.
But then also because what you've just said doesn't actually describe or account for anything. Right? That dictionary definition accounts for things, parts of what is in music.
Right.
Right? Harmony of sounds and movement.
That wasn't good enough for you.
I didn't say that at all.
Then why you keep asking what does music demonstrate, or what does it do?
Because I'm asking you to account for how it is you think that it's simply only accessible through a relationship.
Can I pose a question here?
Go ahead.
Yeah, he has a question.
Do you define music as a language because of its purpose?
Communicate.
That's a good question.
Only based on its purpose?
What would lead you to that question, if I might answer a question with a question?
Because I'm not sure it's only a language.
Okay.
Because I view language as purposed to communicate. Now, maybe I am.
Oops, I just ground that up.
Maybe I'm wrongly defining language.
Maybe. At least anthropologically and historically, right? Just looking at history and how language is developed,
But
at least
I know,
as we know it.
I think I know that Josh, as a writer, would probably disagree with
Right.
me saying
There's something
that
that
just for communication.
Does music have a purpose to communicate?
Yes, it definitely can. And
What other purposes
may
does
always
music serve? If you can say music has a purpose in communication, what else could be considered a purpose of music? Because then that may help you understand where I'm coming from. Because I'm really stuck. I'm gonna be honest, I'm stuck. Because I don't know if music is not communicating, then how can you call it music in a sense?
Because I would say two things to that. This is at least where I am. You're familiar with jazz, like instrumental jazz music.
Yeah.
And some of it's like cool
Uh-huh.
and fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's just like you wish you could drink and have a cigarette and just chill out.
Maybe just chill.
Feel good. Right? Because that music just has that atmosphere. But then you get into like avant-garde jazz and it sounds like they're kicking a piano player down a flight of stairs.
Yeah.
Is Miles Davis's later career, like the album Bitches Brew, you listen to that?
No.
Oh man, like the same guy who makes Blue Like Jazz made
Yeah.
this album in the early 70s and it's just experimental. Like he set the bar, he just went off and invented new music. And the album's called Bitches Brew, and it's weird and it's strange, but is that good? Or not even that. Is that still music to you?
Does it communicate? That's the question. Does that same?
Why is that the only question?
Because
Why is that the fundamental imperative
Because-
of defining music?
Because if it doesn't do a thing, then it's just notes. Then it becomes just that. It becomes notes. It becomes scales. It becomes definitions that have no purpose.
No, you're wrong.
How?
I think that, at least in this instance, it's not simply a matter. I'm going to say that the relational nature of all of reality is just a given. And so I don't really care about it being, the priority being placed upon it being a relationship in this instance.
To know a thing, that's what I'm saying, is to know a thing.
Yes and no.
Yes,
I don't care. I don't care. Because the thing is,
careless.
no, I know, it's easy. It's really easy being me that way. But
I care though.
But in this instance, what you get out of something like Miles Davis's music in that instance isn't simply communication, right? Because that's really ambiguous.
And that's my question.
Because at that point, the next logical question in terms of critique would then be, good music has to communicate clearly, right?
But
I'm a terrible communicator.
Now before you go there, what else did you get outside of communication? Answer that. I want to know that. I want to know that. What else did you get?
Yes. So, what if the sheer gratuity of the
This
thing?
is so perfect.
The non-necessity. What if the non-necessity?
Josh, I want you to put that down and join this conversation.
Let me get to 5 minutes, then I
What
will.
if the non-necessity of the thing, right? Because especially that album,
Right.
that is a work of art on Miles Davis's part.
I'm the
Meaning
youngest
he
one
labored
You
for
are.
that.
Give it to me.
For a year of his
I
life.
didn't
He's
even
got people
talk.
in the studio and they're working together. Some of it's relational and he's